that means Detroit media icon Ryan Ermanni, University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go. Thursday show, March 27, 2025. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to Woodward Sports. Over 80,000 subscribers on the platform. If you're watching on X, good afternoon to you. Braylon Edwards, today is the day. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
Today is the day we give away the 2 tickets to Parking Pass as well as parlay and a buddy's gift card. We'll be doing that in the 3:30 hour. But Ryan Ermanni, I'm so glad as I look at that opening and I see that goatee. I'm glad my beard's starting to grow back.
I feel naked without it?
I did. All my pictures have my beard. I've had my beard for 10 years, and even before that with Jets kind of became the thing, fear the beard. So I'm glad to say that the shadow is getting darker right here.
Tom Mazaway, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Hey, Ryan, good to have you back. Hey, Braylon.
What's
hey,
going
boys.
on there,
What's
man?
up?
What's
It's a
up?
beautiful
What's
day
up?
again. We're ending near the end of March already, man. The 27th of March, man. I cannot believe it, but that just
Opening
tells me
night.
that baseball is in the air. Now, is there any better sport that opens their season other than baseball? It's the most exciting opening of any sport, hands down, bar none.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It's like the kickoff of summer almost.
So
Like
Thursday
kickoff.
night. So Thursday night in September means nothing.
Yeah, it's fine. To me, this is better.
It's so funny that you say that. Ricky Burns and
You
Pete
guys-
Fivick, good afternoon.
Good
You guys
afternoon.
clamor for football. You
Yeah.
beg for it, and you mean to tell me you're not the most excited when it starts its season? I think you guys are
It's to
lying.
each his own.
It is interesting because locally, in each local market,
Yeah.
in Detroit, in Cincinnati, in Pittsburgh, in Baltimore, they are mini holidays. But if you look at the sport of baseball as a whole, first of all, you open the season 2 weeks before everybody else does in Japan
Well,
at
that's
6
dumb.
a.m.
I don't count
Oh,
that.
that's
And then you
So do you count tonight?
Yeah, tonight counts.
and then you open the
Today's
season
opening day.
on Sweet 16 Thursday.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, it
Yeah, it's
just
bad
feels
programming.
like every opportunity baseball has to screw itself, they'll take it. You know, I mean,
Forget I said it.
what
makes-
does?
what-
I mean, I
I
was
mean-
just a little curious about it because I think they've gotten it wrong every step of the way.
What makes you say it is the bigger question?
Well, maybe it just means it's my favorite sport because I'm the most excited when I see a baseball game. Me and Pete, we split the season.
No, I agree with you
We
on
watched
that.
we have the MLB package. We split it to save some money.
Sir.
I cannot wait. I'm signed in on my computer. I'm signed in at home. I'm just going to go home. I took bowling off tonight so I could flip channels and watch games.
By the way, I did see like all T-Mobile users get MLB TV for free.
I didn't know
Did
that.
you see that?
Good for them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I
sure
saw something.
Yeah,
Google
so that's
it.
a promotion. It's a promotion.
I
I
mean,
gotta call my guy. It's
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
Who's
man.
got T-Mobile?
I don't know,
You
but
got
I think
T-Mobile?
I thought I
Okay.
saw it.
I'm
T-Mobile.
about to check it out.
They all
I
have
dropped
it.
I haven't had T-Mobile since the
I'm
Sidekick.
gonna text my wife.
Remember when
And-
DirecTV was their special? Hey, we'll give you an NFL ticket.
I
if
wonder
you
if
switch over.
I wonder if that is why T-Mobile was the #1 downloaded app yesterday.
How about that?
There it
There
is.
you
Oh,
go.
wow.
That's
There you go.
something.
No
that
kidding.
does say a lot.
I wonder if that now. If you're watching us live, the season openers have not started yet. The first game is in New York.
3 o'clock.
The Yankees open up at home against the Brewers. Toronto at home against the Blue Jays. And then at 4 o'clock, there's a bevy of games. Washington, Texas, Miami, in Cincinnati. The White Sox open today. The Royals. Lots of games at 4 o'clock today.
Got to watch Ellie Dela Cruz.
The Tigers, that's your breakout star of 2025. The Tigers open up tonight, 7 o'clock against the Dodgers. Again, if you're watching us live, that's that. I did just quick baseball note. It's unacceptable, I think. I saw this note. Our good friend Joe Shad used to write for, used to be an NFL reporter for ESPN. Now he's a beat guy in Miami for the
okay.
Dolphins. But Joe Shad today tweeted out that the Miami Marlins will open up the season with an active Major League player payroll of $42 million. Juan Soto himself make $61 million.
Amazing.
That should not be allowed
That's a sin.
in baseball. The owner of the Miami Marlins should be, if you don't want to spend money on your team, out.
Yep.
You are out. We will take the team away from you.
Agreed.
That should be the case because no one player in baseball should make more than an entire team. It just shouldn't be allowed.
How about the Dodgers? Their payroll is just under $2 billion. That's more than 14 major league teams what they're worth, what the team is worth. They're worth less than what the Dodgers are paying their players this year. 14 teams. That's a sin.
Yeah, sorry. No, it is. We talked about it as it relates to the Dodgers and what they're paying their players, but they're winning. That seems like the way to make it happen these days. You got to spend all that money. And, they have the Japan connection right now. That's why they start the season out there. They got the pipeline. They've got to figure it out. The question is, does everybody start trying to conform into what the Dodgers are doing, what the Yankees have done for years? Like, is that the way that they're going to operate now in MLB? Do teams try to follow that model, or will you start seeing teams still stay in their own lane, which the Marlins clearly have, and it's not working?
It just goes to show you, too, and, Ben Verlander mentioned this months ago, don't hate the Dodgers. Hate your owner for not doing what the Dodgers are doing.
But the Dodgers make more money than my owner.
I understand
My
that.
owner is a pauper compared to the Dodgers owner.
I understand that, but it wasn't always like that. The Dodgers spent money. They went out to Japan. They offered a sweetheart deal to Shohei Ohtani. I understand that, but
You can't compare the Dodgers to the Tigers.
okay, maybe you don't have to spend $1 billion or $2 billion, but you could spend $100 million. Come on, man. You could field a Major League Baseball team. If you're the Miami Marlins owner, you could field a couple.
There's no question.
You could field a Major League team.
There's no question.
You don't have to pay a bunch of minor leaguers.
No,
So
I mean, Rob Manfred has let a lot of things go, including that. And, of course, there's two teams in the American League playing in minor league stadiums for this year.
Crazy.
And it could be for many years after this. That is pathetic.
It absolutely
Pathetic.
is. There's no question. So we have lots of baseball talk today. We'll get to it a little bit. Today is a Would You Rather Day. I've got some questions that we've lined up. I love a good Would You Rather. We have not played it in quite some time. But we will also, and, everybody talks about let Brad cook. We let Pete cook over here today. We let Pete cook today. Should we show the wheel now? Should we give him a little? No, we should not show the wheel. So at 3:30 today, as Braylon mentioned in the first minute of the show, we are going to pick the winner of the Pistons ticket giveaway. Tomorrow night, they play the Cavs. The Eastern Conference leading Cleveland Cavaliers. Could be a preview of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Could be a preview.
Sure. That would be nice.
You'll get two third-row seats, a parking pass, and dinner at Joik Bell's Parlay.
That's right.
You'll be able to win that tomorrow. If you have donated to the Woodward Sports chat over the course of the last 3 weeks, you have been automatically entered into this. It is weighted proportionally with how much you have donated. Pete Spivak took this challenge, and he has created the Wheel of Hope. The Wheel.
Do you want to see it?
I want to show the people. This is what the wheel looks like. We are going to spin the wheel. Now, this is weighted. B. Martin donated a lot of money. More than half of the Super Chats went to B. Martin. So he has half the money. That does not mean he's going to win. But everybody who donated over the course of the last 3 weeks is included in this drawing. And we will see what the wheel decides coming up at 3:30. Let Pete cook.
The wheel
LPC.
The wheel could look a lot different because remember we told you guys, like, if you would have paid the 20, you would have just got the 10. But a lot of guys like Burn. And shout out to Burn. Burn's name came up a lot of times. But you know what it was a lot, Matt? $5, $5, $10. And some of those days, Burn would do it on the same day, like 5, 5, 5. So, yeah, that's what Kay's about.
He won a couple of your rookie cards, though.
He did. We'll see, though, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many you put in.
Yeah.
All it took is one. We will see. I'm excited, though. Shout out to Pete. Pete worked hard on that. Last night he couldn't get the algorithm necessary to work, but he stuck at it. Even before the show started, still was getting it working. And
B. Martin is like Secretariat right now. He's the heavy favorite, but you never know. Because Sham is right there. Sham was the guy that stuck with Secretariat through all 3 races, but finished second each time except the last race where he just ran out of gas.
B. Martin's 4-5.
So Byrne, you're Sham.
What was the horse that wasn't even in the Kentucky Derby 2 years ago and then ended up winning?
Rich Strike.
There it is. All you need is a shot.
You know what they call him? Richie.
Richie Rich.
And there's always Mind That Bird, the 50-1 shot.
Mind That Bird.
You never know who wins this race.
Bird.
Mind That Bird.
We will talk to Dr. Jeff Pierce today as well, coming up after 3:30. After the drawing, we'll talk to Dr. Jeff Pierce. I think we could probably fill up the Dr. Pierce segment with all of the ailments that we have in this room alone.
Yes. I even have graphics for the segment.
Seriously, I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. Look,
I went to the gym today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Braylon notwithstanding.
Planet Fitness where you fitness.
Tom Mazaway can't move his arm. I could barely sit. I literally yesterday I got X-rays on my tailbone. I injured this tailbone last Tuesday. It has not gotten any better until yesterday, truly.
Got that secret sauce.
Well, I did get the secret sauce. But I got extra because I thought, okay, this is not getting better. It was getting a little bit worse. I can walk. I could run a marathon. I cannot sit down, even though I'm sitting down now. Like for me to get up off a seated position, it really hurts. I injured my tailbone. I don't know how.
Next time you ease into it.
Right. Pause. But it is what it is. You can make all the jokes you want. It hurts like hell. And I got X-rays yesterday and steroid shots to make what do you call it? Make the pain go away.
Numb you up.
So that is the secret sauce is starting to settle in a little bit.
Okay.
So that's good. So. But, man, we're like the walking wounded over here at Woodward Sports.
Hey, I got an appointment with Dr. Pierce.
Yeah.
I am actually going to Dr. Pierce. I gave up on my physical therapy. I'm putting it aside, and I'm going to Doc.
This is going to be some good
I'm all done.
reads.
Ricky, you got anything you got going on you need to ask about?
No, I'm good. I feel great, actually. I went to the gym this morning, did legs. I'm good. I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say I apologize for my immaturity. But that's good because a lot of times I feel like as men, what we do is we ignore the pain. You suppress the pain. You push it down the line. You just keep kicking the can. As Ryan talks about certain different things, you keep kicking the can down the road, We have access to Dr. Pierce. We have access to medicine, doctors, insurance. At least, you guys do. So take advantage. So I'm glad you went and did that, man.
Pete, you messed up at all over there?
Yes, actually I am. I don't know if I have a punctured lung or not.
He's mentally.
I'm not kidding.
He's mentally.
How'd you do that?
Over my birthday weekend, maybe
things.
Yeah, maybe things got a little too crazy my birthday weekend. And,
Whoa!
Ever since December 28th, I can't really sleep on my right side.
No kidding.
Yeah, not kidding.
What did you?
Not kidding.
Hold on, what'd you do for your birthday?
What did she do to you?
Did you get trucked and start vomiting?
I started vomiting and not good things happened after that.
Oh.
And there's been consistent pain ever since. And I mean, like it feels
Pete.
like kind of stiff. Yeah, so we're all walking wounded here, bro.
Hey, Doc, it hurts when I do this. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I was not prepared for that.
We should do an episode.
You never know, right?
Either.
I walked right into that one.
I'm not kidding.
You never know.
We're going to have to do a show at Dr. Pierce's.
No, you don't.
We are live at the
Michigan Sports Inspired.
We're in Livonia.
You are looking live at the lobby where we're all waiting for our appointments here.
The lobby.
The lobby.
La lobby.
Oh, my gosh. Great stuff. All right, guys, let's get into it a little bit here. Detroit Tigers kick off their season tonight. First pitch, 7:10 against the Dodgers. ESPN's Jeff Passan. He does have high hopes for the Tigers this year. Here's what he had to say on ESPN.
Like, you see the Kansas City on my shirt right here. And for the majority of spring training, I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to pick the Royals to win the American League Central. And the last stop I made on my spring training tour was in Lakeland, Florida, earlier this week. And just seeing the amount of pitching that the Detroit Tigers have, guys. Like, it's overwhelming. It is exceptional. That Cater Montero, a guy who started a playoff game for them and was integral in their run last year, going 31-11 down the stretch and making the postseason. He's not even making the team. And in that they can add a guy like Jackson Jobe, who has frontline potential, to a rotation that already includes the American League Cy Young winner and Tarek Skubal, Jack Flaherty on top of that. Casey Mize has looked fantastic this spring. We're not even talking about Alex Cobb yet, who they signed this offseason. And the biggest part of it with the Tigers, to me, is that with Chris Fetter and Robin Lund as their pitching coaches and AJ Hinch pulling the strings as manager, like, they deploy their pitchers maybe better than any other organization out there. And so I wound up picking the Tigers to win the Central, and people in Kansas City are not very happy with me right now.
So the Tigers in the Central, I don't know why people in Kansas City wouldn't be happy with him right now. I mean, I couldn't care less what so-called expert picks whoever to win a division, a silly prediction like that. But you might be taking yourself too seriously there, Jeff Passan.
He does.
I mean, my goodness, people in Kansas City are not happy. I predicted the Tigers
They all do. They all do. Scheffler, like Ian Rappaport, Passan, they all take themselves.
I might be the people in Kansas City.
There's no news unless I break that news.
Upset with me that I picked the Tigers to come on, man. It's fine. But look, I think a lot of us here in Detroit, if there were no injuries to start the year, if you had Meadows and Vierling and even Wencel Perez, if you didn't have those injuries, I think we'd feel a lot better here about the Tigers.
If they had Parker Meadows, I'd feel better.
Yeah.
How's that?
If the Tigers
Let's start there.
had a bigger bat, a big bat that you could count on, a veteran bat in their lineup, a right-handed bat in their lineup that you can count on, would you feel better about them? Yes. I think all of us would say AL Central champs, no doubt. Contend for the American League Championship, absolutely. But I think the lineup does give a lot of us pause.
The Lions, it definitely gives us a lot of pause. At the end of the day, it's the injuries. I'm going to take the Lions' point of view. If the Lions didn't have all these injuries last year, we like the Lions. We like what the Lions' defense would have been. We like their chances to get to the Super Bowl and even win the Super Bowl. That's what the Tigers felt about their team currently. They won a playoff game last year, and they were in the league to win a second playoff game. So they retained that team. They added a couple pieces, including pitchers. So they like the team they have. It just sucks that we got injuries. The good thing about it is the American League, there's no surefire winners. You look at what the Yankees setbacks have been. Look at our own division, the Central. It's wide open. The American League is wide open. I think it's the only thing that I'm optimistic about as the season starts. The AL, there's no dominant teams in the AL, so I think that's good. That bodes well for the line.
Yeah, here's your official roster, guys. You got two catchers starting the 25. Dylan Dingler, Jake Rogers. I don't have an issue with those guys. Mm-hmm. Your infielders, here's where it goes. Colt Keith is playing first base for the first time. Trey Sweeney, rookie, coming back. He played a good field last year. Let's see what he could do now. Spencer Torkelson, where are they going to put him? Are they going to platoon him with Colt Keith? I don't know, but he's hitting real well. Gleyber Torres is your second baseman. Kerry Carpenter is one of your outfielders. If he stays healthy and plays more than 130 games, you're going to get a lot out of him. Riley Green, the most steady bat. Manuel Margot, they just signed him from the Twins, free agent. He used to play with the Rays. He's had a down couple of years, but once in a while he'll get you a hit. And your infielders, your other ones, you bench Javier Baez. Rye, you got some words on Javier Baez I'm going to get to you in a minute. Andy Ibanez, Ryan Kreidler, Zach McKinstry. Zach McKinstry could be your starting third baseman.
He will be your starting third baseman.
Until everything gets worked out. And earlier today, we put out some predictions. JB, I think, might have sent you some.
Yeah, we did. We did. I'll get that in a second. I wanted just to continue along here.
Jimmy V's in the house.
Yeah, Jimmy V. Jimmy Valou. Hey, Jimmy, how are you? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Jim?
I want to get to the predictions in a second, but just to continue on here with the Tigers and how we all feel about this team. Look, nobody believed in this team last year, and I'm not sure baseball truly believes in them this year. Tarek Skubal had some words to the city of Detroit on the eve of the season beginning. Let's play that for you now. This is what the post, and then this is the video.
Dear Detroit, even though I'm from a small town in Arizona, we have a lot more in common than you might think. As I've learned more about our city, it's clear that Detroit has faced its fair share of adversity, which has at times put its future in question. For me, I only had one offer to play Division I baseball, some pretty difficult injuries, and other setbacks that made my future feel uncertain. But this city is resilient, and this team is resilient. The adversity we face makes the eventual greatness even more rewarding.
Tigers will not stop! A city that doesn't care about the odds has a baseball team to match.
From a 0.2% chance of making the postseason to hosting playoff games at Comerica Park. From a 9th-round pick to unanimous Cy Young winner. From a city in crisis to one of the greatest Renaissance stories in America, we're all overcoming the odds. You believe in us, and we all believe in you. Detroit is a sports town and a slept-on city. You don't understand this place or the people in it unless you've been here. The grit and the grind, the hustle and the attitude, the culture and authenticity, but also a community where neighbors take care of each other and lift each other up. I felt it more than ever at the end of last season. The way you all showed up and created an electric atmosphere made me feel so proud to be part of this community. It's a new era of Tigers baseball, and we're building something different. A new standard has been set, and we're about to clock in like the blue-collar people of this city. So say what you want about us, about Detroit. We have unfinished business. So, let's run it back.
How do you not love this guy? I mean, and there's the.
I'll let you know in another year.
Right. How do you not love this guy? But you know, you hope, and we do not expect, but we hope that Tarek Skubal is a Tiger for his entire career, something that was not able to be realized with Justin Verlander. But this guy, it is very rare, Braylon, that you get. We don't need that anymore, Pete. Thanks.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. It's very rare that you get a second chance at a similar type player. Like, who's the next Miguel Cabrera on the team? Who's the next Isaiah? It took 30 years before you got another Isaiah Thomas. Who is the next Steve Yzerman? You're still waiting for that. You got another Justin Verlander. You know, when you think about great athletes in the history of Detroit, Justin Verlander is on that list. You were able to find another one. It took you 30 years to find the next Isaiah Thomas. It took you – you still don't have the next Steve Yzerman. Nope. You don't.
No.
That guy is not here. You've replaced Justin Verlander with Tarek Skubal. How can you not keep him? And now that's another story we could talk about another day, but it just goes to show you when you see videos like that, what a player means to a city and what a city means to a player. You know, this is a guy that got one Division I scholarship out of high school. You think of somebody that is self-made, right? I mean, he wasn't this naturally talented kid that had 20,000 scholarships to all the great baseball schools in the country and a first-round pick and this, that, and the other thing.
Played at Seattle U.
Yeah, played at Seattle U and was a 9th-round pick. How many 9th-round picks ever make it to the major leagues, let alone become great? So just one of those guys that you want to rally around, and you hope he's a Tiger for a long time.
Hats off to Al Avila for finding him.
Yeah, no doubt.
There are two questions. The question is, was this from Tarek Skubal or was this from the Detroit Tigers organization? If this is from the Detroit Tigers organization and he just read it, then cool. I'm excited for the season. I think this is trying to get the fans to buy into the possibility of Tarek Skubal being here for a long time. So you know what? I love Tarek Skubal. I think he's the best pitcher in the game. I'm excited for this season. But if this comes from Tarek Skubal, well, then I'm really excited. Because this means that the very fabric that he witnessed last year as he won the Cy Young unanimously, he believed in. And that's this city. And that's this grit. And that's what it means. And that means he's happy. He's happy that Al Avila took a chance on him, coming from the small situation, coming from that small school, which means, shoot, he's cool with it. He's cool with, you know what, I want to be in Detroit. Whatever it takes, that means the price has to go lower or whatever, that means I want to be in Detroit. So whoever wrote it, that's where I'm at with it.
Listen, man. Once you come to Michigan, it's not like a destination for people. Oh, you're going to Michigan? Oh, you're going to Detroit? But once you get here, and I've been here 32 years now, I wouldn't go back to New Jersey to live. This is my home. I'm happy that my daughters will be calling this their home, my wife, the family that I made here. Once you come here, you can't help but fall in love. Your teams are all within 2 city blocks of each other. They're all on the upswing now. They've all had championships. They've all had great times, except the Lions. Recently, okay. But it's such a great Renaissance city, as he said. You go downtown, it is all new, man. It is all new. I got friends that are still afraid to go to Detroit, and I laugh at them. I always tell them, just stay in the sticks, man. Don't even bother coming down here. You know, they're looking for parking. Where are we going to park? Oh, my God.
Well, that sounds like me.
I'm just saying. You have no idea until you get here. So here we are. We don't get wildfires, knock wood. We don't get hurricanes, knock wood. Sure, we get a lousy winter. And it's not even that bad lately. It's really not. Our spring and summer, pretty good. Spring rains a lot. But summer is real nice, man. It's a great freaking state. So Tarek Skubal's here. Where the hell else do you want to go? You're here. You see how the Tiger fans gave back to you once the Tigers gave them something to root for. They packed that park. They packed it. They were wild. Great home field advantage. Phenomenal. You don't get many home field advantages like Ford Field, like Comerica Park, like the old Joe. Hopefully Little Caesars will be that eventually. The Palace was outstanding. Again, hopefully Little Caesars will get its time. But once you're here, man. There's no way that he should leave. The Tigers were going to pay numbnuts, Alex Bregman. Take that money, add a couple of 20, 30 million on top of it, and pay this kid. Pay this kid and get it over with this year. You're not signing anyone. You already heard. We had Lynn Henning the other day. He said, we're bringing guys up from the minor leagues. It's going to be like a trade. Scott Harris said it too. I'm not going outside. I got guys coming up. They got the best minors in baseball. First time we were ever able to say that. So why the hell would you want to leave this team? Just pay the guy. Tell Scott Boras, let's get this done. And let Tarek Skubal tell Scott Boras, you know what? I want to stay in Detroit. Let's see how high they'll go. But if they can't break the bank like the Dodgers, the Mets, and the Yankees, get me close, and I'll stay here. That's what I want to hear.
Just playing devil's advocate, Maz, and I'm not trying to be a poo-poo type guy. Playing devil's advocate for Tarek Skubal, if he's just looking at what the Tigers have been over the last 10 years since, the days of old, the days when they were great, and Mike Ilitch and Miggy and all that. If he looks at what have they been recently, who's Scott going to be? Who's Chris going to be? If you're unsure and you're looking at the team like we're looking at the team, it's like it's going to be interesting this year. Because if they don't pay him early, if the Tigers' infield looks like what we think it looks like, if they have the issues, Parker Meadows 60 days, if they have the issues that potentially we think they can have, maybe you don't want to stay here.
We'll see. Guys, we're going to do our predictions for the Tigers and the American League. We'll do that next, but want to thank Michael Weary, $5 in the Super Chat. Even when you leave like I did, you're still a Detroiter for life. Michael, no doubt about that. We appreciate your donation here to the Super Chat in Woodward Sports. If you want to get in, we'll read you right away. Just get to the Super Chat, $5, $20, $10, whatever it is, $2. We'll get you. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, right down the road from us here, 9 Mile and Woodward in the great city of Ferndale. Les Stanford Buick GMC has some great offers for everyone. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUV, $799 a month. What about a 2025 Sierra Crew Cab, $229 per month, and a 2024 Envision, $299 per month. Get to Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory or that QR code right above my head right now. It has everything for you. We just got a deal done. Got one over the line just the other day. So thanks for that. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Together, let's drive.
Let's drive.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Hey, gang, I want to tell you about Buddy's Pizza. They've been serving the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. 79 years later, they have 22 locations in the state of Michigan. Fans can still visit where it all began. We're going to be there pretty soon as well, the corner of 6 Mile and Conant. Sign up for Buddy's Rewards, earn points on every purchase, and receive exclusive promotions. Download the Buddy's Pizza mobile app. Start earning today. Add some Detroit style to your next meal. Save 10% off your entire order using the promo code 10MEAL. That's the number 10, MEAL. Buddy'sPizza.com, Buddy'sPizza.com.
Hey,
yes.
Did you hear about ESPN might be backtracking now on baseball broadcasting?
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, they've talked to baseball and said, hey, maybe we can work something out.
All right.
And, I hope they do, because I always loved the old way of them covering games. I hated what they did to Sunday Night Baseball. I don't think Carl Ravitch is your play-by-play guy. You got Joe Buck sitting in the bullpen. I mean, come on, man. But to have ESPN, you know where the game is. I don't want to be searching around all the time where the freaking games are, but I'll take it. I'll take it no matter where it is. But today, our game is on ESPN tonight.
No doubt.
The Tigers and Dodgers.
They're all day. Burn, $5 in the Super Chat. Maz, we got to change the narrative around LCA. That building gets loud. We just needed a winner to give people a reason to cheer. No doubt about
yes,
that,
sir,
right?
Burn.
All right, here we are, guys. It is prediction time for Major League Baseball. Gave some predictions today. What I did, is I gave a record and bold prediction and American League champion. So here we go. This is my prediction for the Detroit Tigers in 2025. There it is. Tigers will finish with a record of 87-75. I just can't get them to 90 games. I just can't get them to the 90. I don't believe the lineup is strong enough. Projected finish is second in the American League Central. Give me a little music here, Ricky. Let's jazz it up a little bit. maybe a little faster music, a little elevator music. How about that? Little projected finish, second in the AL Central. I do have them as a wild card, but my bold prediction there, up on the screen. Yep. You ready? Javi Baez will hit 20 home runs.
Oh my!
Team. Maybe he is the guy in the lineup that can provide a little bit of a punch for the Detroit Tigers this year. Javi Baez, 20 home runs. That is my bold prediction for 2025.
That is pretty bold.
Yeah.
That is pretty bold. I like it. I hope you're right, man. I got him at 86 wins. So I was only a one win behind you. And my prediction is Spencer Torkelson is going to hit 30 home runs again. Wow. That's what I really believe. I truly believe that you will see the torque of the first year when he was here with the Tigers fighting for Rookie of the Year honors. Who knows? Maybe he could punch out a 260 batting average to boot. But I like torque for 30 home runs. I like the Tigers for 85 to 86 wins. Obviously, they got to tread water here coming up here in April and May before they get, hopefully, Parker Meadows comes back.
I did the same with the Detroit Pistons before the season. I said, you know what, I'm gonna pull the trigger, and I think they will go over 25.5 wins. Anson got me to get to 30, and look at how that paid off for them. I think what we keep failing to realize is how good the coach is, or the manager is, and AJ Hinch. AJ Hinch we saw what he did for the Houston Astros, and we've seen what he's done so far here as the Detroit Tigers. So I'm gonna go 89 wins, and it is solely based off of I think the younger players will get better this year, and I think AJ Hinch being the commander in chief. Look at 89 wins. Now, as far as crazy predictions, you said torque back to 30 2 years ago?
Yep.
I'm going to say Javi Baez. Will hit 300.
Oh.
300? I say Javi Baez.
That's 100 more than he hits.
First of all, it's crazy predictions, right? It's a bold prediction. Javi Baez hits 300.
That is bold.
That's bold.
If he hits that, man, I'm gonna throw a parade for you.
Javi 300, and then the Tigers. I like second in the AL Central.
James Miller says, Ron, your bold prediction, awful. El Mago is trash. Adiz, 411. Javi Baez, comeback player of the year. Crazy Clown says 90 and 72. Adiz, torque. I'm not sure Javi Baez will actually touch a baseball with the bat 20 times all season. Where else? 80.
Well, everybody's injured, so
exactly.
He has to play.
Hold up, Burns says, if Javi hits 20 homers, we're getting 90 wins. There's probably very little doubt about that. Torque has an extremely long leash. Who else is going to play? Half the team is injured for the next month plus. So those are. I do have the American League champion.
You got it. We got those for you.
Do we? I don't know what we have.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
My American League champion.
Well, you got your whole divisions. You picked each division.
Here we go. My American League East champion is Baltimore. The Royals win the Central. The AL West champion is the Seattle Mariners by 3 wild cards. Detroit, Boston, and Cleveland. Again, I have 3 teams from the AL Central Division.
Again.
Making it to the postseason. I have the Yankees not making it to the postseason. I just don't think they have the pitching, and they don't have the lineup that they had last year. And I have the American League champions as Alex Bregman and the Boston Red Sox making it to the World Series to face the Dodgers, as always.
Can I puke?
Yeah, but I've got Boston. I've got Boston winning the American League this year.
Oh man!
What do you think? What do you think of my predictions so far?
Well, I like the teams. You don't have the Yankees in, which I think is crazy. But you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, they lost Soto, but they added 3 other bats, and they've got some pitching. Yeah, they lost their best pitcher, and yeah, they're down Giancarlo Stanton. And they're down there rookie of the year.
Stanton and Soto out.
Yeah.
Cole out.
I know. It's
hard to replace.
Big loss, but just remember, that's a team that was really, really close to getting within a game of that Dodgers in the World Series last year. I still believe they have the cohesive.
But that's not the team that will be playing.
Yeah, I understand.
That's not the same team, though.
That's okay. They have other players. They added 3 players instead of Soto. So we'll see how those 3 players do. I like Cody Bellinger.
I do like him.
I love Cody Bellinger.
I like Cody Bellinger a lot. I wish the Tigers would have gotten him.
Yeah, he would have been phenomenal.
I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees are going to do it or not. I was just saying, 3 of the players you said they got there last year, 3 of those players aren't playing. That's all I was saying.
They're going to make some trades, too. So I'll throw mine up here now.
Okay, hang on, Mazzy.
AL East, Yankees. They're going to win that division. AL Central, It's going to go to the Cleveland
We have
Guardians.
3 different division champions.
AL West is going to the Rangers. The Rangers are coming back. The world champs from a couple of years ago, they had a down year, ton of injuries. They get healthy this year. I believe they repeat as AL West champs. And your wild cards, the Tigers, the Bo Sox, and the Mariners. And I got the Yankees representing the AL again in the World Series. I believe they come back. They haven't won since 2009. They're going to win. I'm telling you guys, I got a hunch on this team. I didn't like them last year, and I know they lost Soto, and I like what they added this year. They're going to make trades, I promise you, and they're going to get ready, and they're going to win that division. They're going to win the American League.
If your prediction is right, Maz, I think Baltimore's right there too. So that would mean one team in the AL Central probably getting in. One team, the division champ.
Last
that
year
could
was
be the
3.
case. Last year was 3. I've got 3 again this year. But that would mean if the Yankees in Boston really come to fruition here, because I still like Baltimore.
And I got Baltimore on the outside looking in.
You do not have Baltimore. And then, I think Seattle is a team this year.
Seattle's very good.
They are so good.
And they're loaded with pitching.
And if you're right about Texas, that's
Jacob
something
deGrom
too.
is going for the Cy Young this year.
That's
He's going
right.
to battle it out with our guy, Tarek Skubal.
$5, Dante 151. Tigers will go 92-70. Finish
Nice.
first in the AL Central. Bold prediction. Torque and Green will both hit 25-plus homers.
Yes.
Tigers will be in the AL Final Playoffs, American League.
I love it.
I'll
take it, Dante.
I like it. I'm going to take Rangers, Sox, Guardians, Wild Card, Tigers, Orioles, KC, and then I got the Rangers winning it all.
Rangers winning it all.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning the Central?
Guardians.
Guardians. Cleveland's a team that
How do you put up? They don't die.
I know.
They don't die.
I know.
They
man.
have a 38-year-old starting first baseman in Carlos Sanchez, and here's a guy that was on the scrap heap. They bring him in because they let Josh Naylor walk over to Arizona, so they put him in, and Carlos Santana. We'll see what he can do at first base. That's a wild card over there.
It's interesting, man. It's really good. So there's that, guys. We go baseball tonight. It starts. Curious to see what happens with the baseball rights, but nonetheless, I digress. And just by the way, quick weather thing. So the season opens today. Would you have taken a day like this if it opened at home?
Hell yeah.
Actually,
Right?
yeah.
Actually,
55 and cloudy.
Yeah.
Lights on.
Like
Lights on at 105.
right.
What's Derek Kevra got
Someone's
us
out
seeing
early.
next Friday?
Derek said today.
Snowstorm.
No, he said the models look like mid-50s and partly cloudy.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Now on the weather,
30s and raining.
on the
Right.
weather,
Right.
the iPhone has like the weather app or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
For
sucks.
Friday, it has 57 and cloudy.
Oh.
The Fox 2 weather app,
Oh, the
even
Fox
though
local.
that's essentially what Derek Kevra said too. He said mid-50s and cloudy. So I would take that's essentially a repeat of today that you're getting, right?
Okay.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I'll take it. As long as the sun could peek out a little bit, I think it makes up for it.
They got to show me, because I tell you like this, I know 2 days every year are going to be messed up weather. Halloween in Detroit and freaking opening day in Detroit.
Right.
Both days suck. It's going to
That
be
is
cold
so
and rainy.
funny.
Both of those days every year suck.
Spoken like a veteran.
That
You got to
is
be
so
Spider-Man
funny.
in a coat.
All right, guys. Here we go.
He's got a
Hit
trench
the-
coat
hit
on.
the
He's got
music,
Spider-Man
Ricky.
outfit.
We're going to do a little would
Calling all cars.
you rather.
Would you rather?
Okay, this is would you rather. We're going to go around a little bit here.
bold.
Everybody participates here. All 5 of us will participate.
Sounds good.
And we're going to start with the NFL. Okay?
All right.
Braylon Edwards, I come to you and we'll go around the world. Would you rather the Lions take a defensive end in the first round or take the best player available? Would you rather a defensive end or best player available, no matter which position that player plays?
Defensive end. To me, it's not close. I think I take a defensive end because you have to make sure that side of the ball gets better. You talk about the guys banged up for that defensive line for the Lions, Lee McNeil, DJ Reader, also talking about your big guy, Aiden Hutchinson. I think it's important to get a defensive end in this draft in the first round. This is a heavily stacked class as it relates to the defensive end and interior D-line. I say take a defensive end. Like, I don't need an offensive lineman at the first overall pick. I mean, the first round pick. I don't need a wide receiver. I don't need a DB. I need a D-line guy.
I second that. You've got to take defense. Matter of fact, I think I would take defense with every single pick that I have. Maybe I'll buy a Christian Mahogany late in the draft. I'm not touching safeties. I'm not touching cornerbacks. I'm not doing that. Maybe a linebacker, offensive lineman, a little bit later in the draft, defensive end, defensive line, all day long.
Ricky, would you rather defensive end or best player available?
Add me to that list of defensive end, because that's what we all been asking for. That's what we all want. That's what we all feel as though we need. And we should listen to the fans. Think we know what we're talking about. I want defensive end.
The other thing that I say about just defensive end is just because if you take any other position, then that means you don't see it as I see it. Look, I don't have to be perfect. I'm wrong. I make a lot of mistakes. But I know one thing the Lions need, and it is the defensive end. It is defensive line. That is the most important. If they don't go for defensive line or defensive end, what the hell are you looking at? Then I will be worried. So that's why I want defensive end or defensive lineman.
Pete?
It's got to be depth, man. You need depth, defensive line, O-line. I would definitely take the defensive lineman for depth because you got to win championships with defense. Just that plain and simple.
Okay, I'm going to go contrarian here. I'm going to say take the best player available.
Okay.
And I'll say take the best player available because if there is an offensive lineman there that is higher ranked than the defensive end that you have, you've got to take him. Your identity is offensive line, your offense.
You're right.
And you are losing a lot of players. You're about to. You're going to lose Graham Glasgow. You're going to lose Frank Ragnow. Hell, Taylor Decker isn't getting any younger. If you can get a guy in the first round that you can have an extra year of eligibility, I'm not saying if all things are equal, take a lineman over a defensive end. But if you have a lineman graded above a defensive end, I think you've got to take the best player available. We'll see what happens, but I'll be contrarian there. I want to give Jared Sayers a shout-out, $10 in the chat. Ryan, glad you're back. As for your daily GVSU update, Lady Lakers won last night.
They did.
68-61. We'll play Cal State Dominguez Hills for the Division II Women's B-Ball Championship tomorrow. Anchor up. Thanks, Jared,
Go
for that.
Lakers.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it. Go Lakers. Absolutely.
Just on the flip side of what you said, your big thing is always now, not waiting for later, correct? It's the moves you make in free agency, it's the moves you make in the draft. If you're drafting a guy in the first round this year to put on the bench to wait, aren't we trying to strike while the iron's hot as it relates to the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. So you got an offensive lineman that could potentially be a good offensive lineman next year, the year after that, the year after that. Meanwhile, there was a defensive player that could have helped you this year, that could have made a difference this year. That's kind of like my math on it. Offensive lineman waiting versus defensive guy that, you know.
Unless there's a Penei Sewell there, and he could start right away.
Oh, he won't be there when we pick.
Yeah, he's not going to be there either.
He's not going to be there.
He's not going to be there either. Totally understand that approach, no doubt.
But you were right before.
All right, here we go, guys. Next question. Would you rather the Lions trade up or trade picks for a player?
Ooh.
Who wants to go first? Maz?
Sure.
Go first.
I've said it. If Brad Holmes got a guy in his top 15 and he's sitting at 28 and let's say the Steelers come rolling around at 21, I'm trading up to get the player I want. I'm not going to trade down or out to get a player. Now, you mean a player meaning a free agent?
Player off somebody's roster.
Like a trade?
Yeah. We're gonna give you a a first and a second for or whatever for X player.
Yeah, it depends on who the player is, but I'll play it safe in this exercise. I'll say I want to trade up and get the guy I want. That's a kid coming out of college.
Yeah.
Bray?
Trade up, but not too far. Trade up for not. Yeah, I want to be contrarian like Ryan Ermanni, but I just wouldn't trade the picks for a player because I don't believe we have good picks to offer for a player. I think if you trade up, as long as you don't go too far where you're venturing off too much of your draft capital as well as your money, I'm good with that, man. Something in the realms of 15, 13. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Pete Spivak?
Very simple. F them picks. We are here to win a Super Bowl. We are here to win a championship. I don't want to hear anything about maturing players from here on out. I want the players that are going to help you win, and that's the end of the story. F them picks.
Ricky
Trade
Burns.
Nice.
I would like to say F them picks, but I need to know what player we're trading for. So I would rather go with the trade up on the draft, man. It depends on what player do I want to give up those picks.
Let's just, for argument's sake, say you could trade your first round pick for Trey Hendrickson.
Okay.
Nah, yeah. See,
I would do that.
Like Cincinnati signs him and trades him.
I would do that then.
See what I'm saying? That makes
that
changes this.
That's the question. Though.
Yeah.
That's
so
the
it's
question.
the best.
I'm talking about.
If it was illustrated that way, I would have just said trade.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Trade up for a player.
That's what I said.
You make your own trade.
So yeah, then it's F them picks.
Made my own
picks
trade
in that case. Yeah, see?
Wait.
That sells it right
You
there.
make your own trade. I just made
Good
one.
call. Good call.
Yeah.
Ryan?
It's a right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm trading for the player. If there's an established player out there on the trading block, I would absolutely trade that pick because I just don't think there's like if you go back to Aiden Hutchinson's rookie year, okay? Aiden Hutchinson's rookie year was not the productivity that Aiden Hutchinson in the first half of year number 3 is. So, again, if you're in a win now mentality, you need developed NFL talent. You don't need some rookie coming in there to help you out. I mean,
But Aiden still had 10.5 sacks and 4 interceptions.
There you go.
Give somebody 10.5 sacks. Give the opposite side of Aiden last year 10.5 sacks.
Perhaps
and 4
nobody more critical of Aiden Hutchinson than you, though, that first year.
Very true.
Yeah.
But you had Aiden Hutchinson, 10.5 sacks goes a long way. He had a lot of pressures. A lot of pressures go a long way when your defensive line has other players as well. So those 10.5 sacks, those 3 interceptions, I think it was 4.
If I'm getting a Pro Bowl guy on that, I'm trading the pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Next question.
All right.
I like these next couple ones.
Okay.
If you were a Giants fan, a
Maz
New
goes
York
first.
Giants fan, would you rather win 9 games? And notice I do not define here. That could put you on the cusp of a wild card or not. We don't know. Would you rather win 9 games and maybe make a wild card, or lose 14 games and get the number 1 pick? Think about these seasons. Maz is the resident Giants fan.
Yes, sir.
Would you rather win 9 games with let Russ cook, maybe make a wild card and never see?
That sounds really nice.
Or lose 14 games and go through another
I wanted to lose
disaster.
14 games last year.
Yeah.
And we did. I wanted to lose 15 games.
Do you want to do it again?
But they beat the Colts on the last game and made him the 3rd pick. Of course I want to lose. I want to lose, and I want the next Manning to take over in New York, and that's Arch Manning. So I will take a 2-win season this year with frickin' Frack as my quarterbacks.
Bray?
Yeah, I would do the same. You know, Arch Manning probably be number 1 pick overall next year. His uncle played there as well, won 2 Super Bowls. Eli Manning, it just makes sense. I would much rather do that than dance and do what, potentially win 9 games. And now I'm picking 11th or 9th. It just sucks. Like, if I'm the Giants, I don't care. There's too much going on in New York anyway. Give me the number 1 pick next year. Give me Arch Manning. Make the story complete.
Ricky?
I'll take the 9 games for the wild card. I just
maybe make a wild card.
Maybe make a wild card. I'd rather do that, man. I don't know about having a rookie quarterback to then build my team around. I just feel like that hasn't worked lately.
But then at what point do you get your quarterback?
I gotta worry about that later. I don't know.
But the Giants have been worrying about that later for the last.
I get it. But I'm still, besides Jayden Daniels, I haven't seen you be able to. Well, they haven't really built a team. They had that one season, but I just don't see him being able to then, leverage their entire franchise on a rookie.
Pete Spivak.
Fair enough.
Tell you what, guys, exact opposite position of the Lions here. I want to see a nice, good old-fashioned NBA throw away your season. Let's tank away. Let's get the pick. You got a deep quarterback draft coming up next season. You actually have some very good offensive lineman draft picks coming up next draft as well. I say tank the season, take the 14 losses. The NFL, if you do it correctly, you should be winning every 4 years. This is like a 4-year rotation. So let's start the 4-year rotation at year number 1.
I got the answer. I hate throwing away seasons.
Yeah.
Hate it. But you've got to.
Yep.
I'd rather lose the 14 games or more. That way you get a new coach and a new general manager,
which you should have had
in New York.
That's right.
You'll get a quarterback, perhaps Arch Manning, perhaps somebody else. You never know who is going to come onto the scene this year. Maybe Arch is the guy, maybe Arch isn't. We don't know, but you'll get
I know Russell Wilson ain't it.
The top player. And how about this for a kicker? Here's the kicker this time, as I would say. After UNC wins 8 games this year.
Oh.
How about Bill Belichick to the Giants to get that organization back to have a little bit of a culture of winning, and to have Manning and Belichick take over in New York? What about that?
Didn't Belichick? Oh no, it was the Bills. Then he started with Buffalo, didn't he?
No,
He started with the Giants.
Started with Giants.
One Super
Okay,
Bowl
yeah,
with the
yeah,
Giants
yeah,
as their
yeah.
defensive
Right,
coordinator.
I love
Yeah.
what
Like
you're laying down.
Yep.
That would be a dream scenario.
Yeah.
But I would not let him do anything with the draft. Bill Belichick's not allowed to draft. I would need a very good general manager
right.
to join him.
That's right. There's
That's
no
what
doubt,
I want.
and there will be.
But I want him to coach my team and get him into shape and get him ready to play real New York Giant football back from the 80s.
Here's your next
Again.
head coach, Tommy.
Pardon?
There's your next head coach.
Oh, my.
That's right. She's your next general manager. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue. Would you rather? We've got some NFL questions, some Pistons, Red Wings, and a college basketball question as well. But first, we'll send it over to Pete Spivak.
That's right, everybody. We have 6 family members here at the #1 sports digital platform, and not just Michigan, not just the USA, but all the entire world. I don't care about those fancy shows on those fancy networks. You don't need a TV. You don't need a radio. You just need your internet. We got 6 family members over there for you to choose from: YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Like, share, subscribe, join. You need to just join our family because we love you. We hope you love us. Come be a part of our family and come join in the fun. We will be right back.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Hey guys, dreaming of a new home but feeling in a financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 in your pocket, guys. That's a good start. How about it? Give them a call today. Mark White and his team, 248-290-8242. Try them online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242. To make your dreams come true.
Seasons have continuously changed, man. I told you, Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. You got to get in shape. I told you get in shape for the spring. Well, spring pretty much is almost here, and then it's summer. So get in shape. You come down to Planet Fitness. There's no judgment. There's squeaky clean gyms, and there's trainers with every membership there is. There's over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations. So the gym's everywhere. There is no excuse not to work out at Planet Fitness. And the last thing is it's fitness that fits into your budget. So Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
You know, the internet is a pretty funny place.
It's a great place.
Social media is a pretty funny place.
I like to say undefeated.
Today, the Major League Baseball season gets started, and I see all these things. The Miami Marlins have been eliminated from playoff contention.
The White Sox were eliminated last week.
Yeah, Chicago White Sox were eliminated last week from playoff contention. That's pretty funny stuff.
I'm not laughing, though, because that's our boy Chris Getz.
Oh, so man, I was talking to him today a little bit. We're ready for the season here.
You going to see him when he comes here next week?
Oh, yeah. You know,
you guys are going to be down to Comerica?
I didn't even ask him if he is traveling to Detroit yet or not. It's early in the season. He didn't last time around.
Really? That's his home.
So we'll see. If he's here, I will, of course, link up with him. And
maybe we'll have him on.
Something. That'd be great. We could probably
He still
do
has
that.
family in the area?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. Good.
Absolutely. His sister-in-law fixed my wife and I up.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That's awesome.
Shout out.
The Gatsby's.
Yeah. Right. So, anyway, good stuff. We are going to continue on here with Would You Rather. Oh, by the way, before we do Would You Rather, can I make one thing? Did you see the Urban Meyer thing going around?
I have not.
Urban Meyer's telling a story. He's on some podcast. And he's telling a story of when he was the coach at Bowling Green. They were like 9-0, 16th in the country.
He brought you up?
Yes.
Mayor?
No, Urban Meyer, no.
Coach Mayer?
And,
Josh Harris.
but he brought up a story that there was a headhunter that called and said, Coach, I'm representing Michigan State University. We're on a head coaching search. And he says, they said, are you interested? He's like, well, yeah, of course. I've always been a huge fan of Michigan State. I am interested. They call him back like relatively shortly thereafter. They said, no, you're not on the list. We need a tier 1 coach.
Oh my God.
John L. Smith.
That sounds. Is that real?
That's what he
Wow.
says. That's
Wow.
what he says.
I got to find that sound.
Oh, I mean, I can find it for you.
Get it.
Here it is right here. I got.
You gonna throw it? Did you throw it in the chat?
No, you got to do it because I'm on my computer.
I'll do it. I'll find it. I'll find it.
It's
my God.
incredible.
So they turned him down and essentially brought in Bobby Williams and then John L. Smith.
I'm trying to think because I was with Urban. I almost called him Mayor. I was with Urban Meyer.
I know exactly.
He was at Bowling Green 2002.
No, yes.
2002.
Yes.
So who was the coach? Was it Bobby Williams? Was it John L. Smith?
That was
Yeah.
John L. Smith.
Bobby Williams and John L.
And John L. Smith.
Yeah.
Who did Bobby Williams take over for? Again?
Nick Saban.
Saban.
Oh yeah,
Nick
geez,
Saban.
that's
Nick Saban.
That's
Yes.
where I was mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he win a bowl game that year,
Yeah,
Bobby?
that's why they kept him.
Yeah.
When he took over, when Saban bolted,
I think he won the
bowl
Citrus
game.
Bowl or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
He won the he won that game.
Michigan was going to the, I think, Orange Bowl that year, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that Brady's last year?
That was the David Terrell game, the Orange Bowl.
The Orange Bowl was Alabama. That was Brady's last game.
Yeah.
The next year they played Auburn.
Yeah.
And then but
I remember being in Miami when Bobby Williams won that game. You know, we were covering the Michigan-Alabama game, which was just amazing.
Yeah, 2001 was my freshman year, and they beat us on the clock game.
Yeah, that was the clock
and
game.
that pissed Lloyd off.
Spartan
But they
Bob.
won. But they won, so that was like Bobby Williams. Like they got to win. It looked good. And then next year we beat them 49-3. We were 49-0, and then he got fired.
Maz, you'll never forget the clock
Never.
game. Tell that story again.
It's a great story.
Got him fired.
So I'm working at WJR. We're the flagship of Michigan. We got Frank Beckman, Jim Brandstad are in the booth. I'm there with them. Tony is on the audio, and Steve Courtney sidelines. So we all drive there together to East Lansing. We watch the game. Of course, you know what happened. And Frank with they stopped the clock, Jim. They stopped the clock with 1 second to go. And, of course, they went on to win it. Criminal! And, it was awful. So we pack up. We go to the car, to the WJR van. I'm going to drive. And they get in the car. They're despondent as it gets. And I just want to get home and watch Game 6 of the World Series. It's the Yankees trying to put the Arizona Diamondbacks away. It's a Saturday. So I put the radio on, and we start to drive. And they tell me, shut that radio, Maz. I'm like,
Shut
what?
that radio, man.
No one. We're not talking in this video. It was the most dour ride. They didn't say a effing word the whole trip, and I wasn't allowed to talk or say anything. I just drove them to WJR, dropped them off, got in my car, ran home. By then, the Diamondbacks had knocked Andy Pettitte out of the game. They lost that game, and of course, they lost Game 7 the following night. But
Just made your day even worse.
that was my clock game experience, and I know Braylon was on the sidelines. I think he was punished that game, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I wasn't punished. I just didn't play. Yeah, I
don't think you were wearing the number 1 either, were you?
Yeah, but that was my freshman year. It had nothing to do with one. I was wearing 80. I just didn't play.
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you.
You didn't.
Okay.
I own all the records. You ain't insulting me. I just wasn't good enough to play at that moment. But this is how I look at the clock game. Lloyd was pissed at
criminal.
After the game was over, he wouldn't talk. You know, he got pissed at us on the bus. He yelled at us. Everybody always blames the clock. Yeah, we know Michigan State cheated. It is what it is. But the problem is they shouldn't have been in that position to even be able to stop the clock. We got 2 penalties. We have pass interference on the defense. We got 12 men on the field. They shouldn't even have had a chance to catch the pass. So shout out to T.J. Duckett. He made a hell of a catch. No gloves. Caught it. But we lost. We beat ourselves.
Hey, Pete, good job, man. Here's the sound for you, Maz. You
got
ready?
it, buddy.
This is Urban Meyer?
This is Urban Meyer.
Remember when you went to Bowling Green, your name was mentioned here. How dumb were we? You know, we didn't. I mean, I don't know if we could have got you, but I think at that time we maybe could have. But
so you brought that up. I was at Bowling Green, sitting at my desk. We're undefeated, 16th in the country, and a headhunter called me early on and said, "I'm representing Michigan State," and then he called me back, and he said, "Would you be interested?" I've always loved Michigan State, and then he called me back and he said, "You're out of the search. We want a tier 1 coach." I remember hanging up the phone, and you talk about fired my ass up. I said, I got you. You know, I'm not a tier 1. I mean, it was great motivation. I don't know who the headhunter was, but I should thank him, send him a thank you note for saying that, because that pissed me off. I was like, wait a minute, pal.
How about it?
Isn't that something?
Wow.
What if it was just a prank call all these years? Somebody just messing with
Well,
him?
too, you know, a lot of these,
That's what I was thinking.
a lot of these athletic departments, they hire head coaching firms. The so and so is going to conduct the search firm to hire, because you're Ward Manual. You're not like, I'm just taking Ward for instance. You're not calling people individually unless you know they're interested, because you're not going to deal with the embarrassment of somebody saying, "No, I'm fine here." Too, right?
Okay.
I feel like it's the way they said. They said, "Oh no, we're just looking for a top tier coach." Like, I feel like they would say it a different way, maybe a little more professional.
The problem what happens is with these things is like nowadays with all these podcasts and all these interviews, like people just get on here and start saying whatever. So now I like question everything I hear, because I know a lot of these stories. I'm like, I know this story and I know that's not true. Now I'm not talking about this one in particular, but whenever I see people, they get comfortable, they get on these couches, they get the land back, and sometimes they don't necessarily tell the truth.
Can you imagine Michigan State, Nick Saban, and Urban Meyer? It's a different story.
Landscape. It is
it's
a completely
different story.
Landscape. But at the same time, you know, Urban Meyer probably would have done the same thing Saban did.
Maybe.
Because, look, he was it was Bowling Green. And then, mind you, so he wasn't a quote-unquote tier 1 coach at the time. This isn't college football 2025. This is college football 2002. So he didn't go from Bowling Green to Florida.
Right.
He went from Bowling Green to Utah. And it wasn't Utah of 2025.
But he put him on the map.
That's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's correct.
It was like going to wherever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Utah now is recognized as a pretty damn good program.
Thanks to him.
But
he was undefeated my senior year.
Yeah, he was 12-0.
Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he didn't go from Bowling Green to Florida.
I get it.
Saying. So the tier 1 coach, he had to become that. He had to show one more step. You know what I mean? One more step. So Bowling Green, Utah, then Florida. Hell, Florida wasn't good enough for Urban Meyer.
That's
Had to go to Ohio State. So I don't know if this would have been a Saban situation or if this is a last job kind of situation. No disrespect to State. I'm just saying, just look at Urban Meyer's career.
Right.
He's
a vagabond.
And Ohio State wasn't even good enough for
Right.
him. He had to go to the NFL.
He's a vagabond.
So it's not like
I always ask this question, and I never get a straight answer. Why and how did they let Nick Saban go? Why did he leave? The reason I always heard is he was tired of playing second fiddle to Michigan. He thought they would never get above Michigan. That's what I always hear. But what is the real reason? That can't be the reason. If you have the confidence that a Nick Saban has, why the hell would he have left that team?
Because it's a feeling of inferiority, and maybe he felt that when he was on campus. Maybe he felt like his regents, or I think they call them their board. Maybe he felt like their board, their sponsors, their fans, their donors. Maybe they were scared of Michigan. Maybe they were scared to go big time. He didn't feel like he was supported. Like, he didn't feel like the things that he did at LSU, the things that he would come to do at Alabama, he didn't believe that they were doable. And I guess he got tired of fighting with Michigan, back and forth with recruits in-state, fighting with Ohio State, who's not too far, Notre Dame, et cetera, et cetera. I think he really got tired. And I think he really believed that he wanted to go somewhere where it was just him. And he did.
But LSU did roll out the carpet for him, right?
Yeah, they did. But the reason why he went to Miami, the reason why he left LSU, he won a national championship. He did what he wanted to do. He was supposed to get what's name as a quarterback. Supposed to get Drew Brees.
Right.
Supposed to get Brees as quarterback. So he's a conqueror.
Yeah.
He's a conqueror. He wanted to conquer. He left Michigan State, went to LSU, he won a national championship. That's a conquering of sorts. He goes to the NFL. If Drew Brees would have been his quarterback, he believes he could have conquered the NFL. That didn't work. Went back to college. Now he's all-time greatest coach.
And again, it's no different from a player leaving a cozy situation to go to greener pastures maybe and make more money at some other team. No different from a newscaster or a sportscaster going from Detroit to New York.
Correct.
Or San Diego to L.A. or something, whatever.
There were a few sports guys that left here, went to New York, and came back.
No doubt. Bernie Smilovich is one of them. Vanner Wright is another one.
Gerard Davis is another.
Who?
Gerard Davis.
The former Lion?
The linebacker.
What did he do?
He went to New York and came back.
I get it. But nonetheless, it's like a job.
Eli, didn't Eli go too?
Eli went. Yeah, it's a career. Anybody. Maybe you got a sales job somewhere. If you take the more money. All right, guys. Let's continue on with the Would You Rather, shall we?
Sure.
Thank you, Ricky.
Sure.
Thank you, Pete. Okay, here we go. Would You Rather, continuation of Would You Rather.
Sir.
If you were a Vikings fan, would you rather go with JJ or sign Aaron Rodgers, which apparently is back in the news again?
Oh, my God.
I don't think it ever left.
From the Minnesota Vikings organization.
I'll go.
Go ahead, Pete.
All right.
You're first up. here.
JJ,
Jump
baby.
in.
Let's go with JJ. I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers. I'm sick of going with the old bones. I get it. He's got a great frickin' QB mind. He knows the game. He's probably one of the top 10 QBs right now in the modern day era of all time, but I'm going to have to go with JJ now. It's time to see if you invested in JJ with that high of a draft pick, it's time for you to see what he can provide.
I want to put this up for you, Pete, from our Around the NFL segment.
Sure, buddy.
The Vikings general manager, Adolfo Mensa.
Okie dokie. Hang
Let's
on,
put
buddy.
that up because you asked about JJ. JJ's your quarterback, right? So they asked him, is JJ your number one quarterback? What do they say?
That's the outcome we're headed towards.
What does that mean?
What that mean?
You know what that means? They're waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Still, he probably has to come down on his price to sign there. I'm not giving up on him, and he is crapping all over Pittsburgh still. And there's another word. Pete, go to another one from inside the NFL.
Sure, buddy.
How about this one?
What's up?
Aaron Rodgers supposedly will take the year off if he doesn't get what he wants. But not retire.
I did not see that.
Yeah, but not retire.
I did not see
I'll
that.
take a year off and then think about it. So he's not ready to. He's not retiring.
Oh my
I
God.
think it's a bad sign for the Steelers that he was in your building and didn't sign a contract.
Of course.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of that, did you see Cam Hayward? Cam Hayward had another interview today on his podcast.
Did he come off of that?
He did. He came off of his stance. Remember how hard ass he was on his stance originally? It was like, yo, like I'm not doing all that darkness retreat. Like I ain't the one. Like you come in, you want to be a Steeler, you're a Steeler. Won't need all that. But when you did his interview today or his podcast, it was more so like, look, I was been told to come here, so look, maybe I'm not the one to push him over the top, but this could be a great place for Aaron. He has to figure it out. I was like, oh yeah, that's because the franchise. They went to him and said, look, we want him to be our quarterback.
Here's what he said on Good Morning Football. It was misconstrued.
No, it wasn't.
I was asked a question. Would you go to the lengths of going to the darkness retreat to recruit Aaron Rodgers? I said, I'm not doing that. The pitch is, if you want to be a Steeler, be a Steeler. That's all it was. It wasn't that I don't like Aaron Rodgers or I'm against it. When I look at our team right now, it would be really cool to have a guy like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody talk to Cameron. Hey,
really
I think,
cool.
Mike Tomlin had a little sit down with him. I'm telling you. So the question to me, Rye, if I were a Viking fan, am I going with JJ or am I waiting on Aaron Rodgers? I'm waiting on Aaron Rodgers because JJ ain't going anywhere. I'm not naming him first. I'm just going to say, let's see how the spring plays out. And I'm telling you, when the draft's over, that's when Aaron Rodgers is signing somewhere.
One of the greatest things about the Detroit Lions right now is culture. It has an unbreakable culture. And I think J.J. McCarthy offers that part of it in Minnesota. I don't know if I would not mortgage that possibility to ruin my franchise. And there is a possibility that it could be ruined with Aaron Rodgers. Ruined. There's a possibility that it could be great as well. But J.J. McCarthy provides the Minnesota Vikings with the best possible option, I believe. He's that damn good. Give me JJ.
Of course.
Dude, I just thought of a really good counter question. Would you rather start with, if you don't have you don't have a quarterback on your team, you have a really good team, would you rather start Caleb Williams or JJ McCarthy?
JJ McCarthy. Yeah. 100%.
Gotcha.
And twice on Sunday.
Done. Just curious.
Anybody else weighing in here?
Put back on with excuse me. Oh shoot, put that quote back up there from Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, hang on, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead and put that back up there.
You got it, my friend.
People around the NFL feel that Aaron Rodgers may likely take the 2025 season off. Okay, you can drop it. And this is the guy that you want to bring into your building?
Right.
This is the energy that you want to bring into your building? At the end of the day, I've seen enough. I saw how it ended in Green Bay. I saw what the Jets situation was. I saw how they were begging him to come back to Florham Park, New Jersey, where they practice at when he was over in Europe so that they can get their team together so that they can walk into the 2024 season the right way. Meanwhile, he just came off of Achilles injury. Just came off of that. So you know who the guy is. I just wouldn't bring that energy. I think the Vikings have something really good going on with their head coach, with their players, etc. J.J. McCarthy is a winner. If Kyle Shanahan can get that out of Brock Purdy with that team, I damn sure believe Kevin O'Connell can pull that out of J.J. McCarthy with that team.
You want to believe something still? I still believe that the 49ers have a chance to sign Aaron Rodgers.
I'm sure you do.
I really do.
I love that you do.
I really,
and I
really
don't
do.
deny. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't think like anything is impossible.
This guy's like Christmas, really, to me. He's Christmas because every day it's a different prize I could open
Thank
up.
God in March we're trying to finish. If I see an Aaron Rodgers story, I'm like,
everyone hates him. I don't care.
Thank you, Aaron.
I enjoy it. It's a soap opera.
Entertainment after all. Guys, okay, now these next three are the winning questions, okay?
These are the pièces de résistance?
Huh?
The pièces de résistance.
What's that?
Okay,
very good.
You never heard of the pièces de résistance?
No.
Okay.
What is it? Explain it to me.
It's like
the top of the top.
The top of the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is it. This is like the best part of the meal.
The grand finale, I believe.
All right. NFL draft is out. Everybody expects the Titans to take Cam Ward. If you're a Titans fan, would you draft Cam Ward or trade out for a haul? You can make up whatever haul means to you. 3 first-round picks, 2 first-round picks, 2 seconds, whatever you consider a haul. Draft Cam Ward or haul. What say you, Ricky? You're first up here.
I'm going straight to drafting Cam Ward. I'm just gonna take the safe bet because I'm the Titans. and I'm just gonna go straight to the first round pick.
Braylon?
I'm taking the Hall. I don't trust Cam Ward. I just don't trust Cam Ward. I don't trust his attitude. I don't trust his energy. I don't trust the things that I've seen on the field. I don't think he's a quarterback like that. You tell me I can get a Hall. I watched what a Hall looked like when the Carolina Panthers traded with the Chicago Bears. Give me the Hall.
I'm all in on the Hall. Absolutely. I mean, this kid is not a sure bet. He's not a surefire bet.
People got to stop just, not to cut you off, man, stop just looking at the stats. Stats don't always tell the story. If you want to play a stat game, don't play the stat game. See what the player is. Stats lie.
Trade down, get Abdul Carter, or maybe even Travis Hunter. Get the hell out of that number one spot. It's a bad spot, unless there's a slam dunk there.
Do you guys like the Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
John Belushi. Give me your children. Sell them to me. Sell me your children. Give me your draft picks. Mike Ditka, get him on the phone. Sell me your draft. U-Haul, back the U-Haul up, get as many draft picks as possible, and let's build another, again, the 4-year window, let's build a nice, beautiful core.
Hate to agree on everything, but I'm a Hall guy, and I'll tell you why I'm a Hall. Look, I'm not going to pretend like I watched every Miami game that was played this year, but I did watch enough Miami games. One game in particular was a game at Louisville, and he played great. He threw up stats that you wouldn't believe. But also, as part of this game, he had about 15 seconds in the pocket where he's standing there doing nothing. He's able to stand in just 15 seconds. Go back and watch that. Watch a couple of highlights of that game. He has so much time. I could have, just whatever. I'm making an analogy that I could have thrown something. That's how much time he had. You don't get that in the NFL. You have to read and react and make precise throws. Not saying he can't do that, but a lot of this was due to having all of this time back there for Miami. And he's elusive. He's very elusive. But I'm taking the Hall, either or.
Look, don't trust ACC quarterbacks. Don't do it. There are a couple outliers. There are always an outlier. Deshaun Watson is an outlier. Lamar Jackson is an outlier. If you want to throw Jameis Winston in there, you can throw Jameis Winston as an outlier. Every other ACC, they just do not get it done. They told me Kenny Pickett was going to be a great quarterback. Don't worry, I'll wait. Told me Mitch Trubisky was going to be a great quarterback. Hell, Trevor Lawrence was drafted number 1 overall. Still waiting to see what he's going to be. ACC conference football, it ain't like that. Clemson had that one run. It was a nice run, nice 4 or 5 year run. ACC football isn't like that. He's the best quarterback in the ACC. What does that even mean?
All right, guys, you ready?
Let's go.
Would you rather? I'm going to ask you to pick your children here.
Oh, man.
Sophie's choice?
Would you rather the Pistons win a playoff series or the Red Wings win a playoff series? I'll start. Oh, go ahead, Maz.
What did I watch last night? I told you.
Unrivaled.
I watched Unrivaled on D-Mac's anniversary. 2 hours of glory. There's the picture again. If you could go to the back wall.
Oh, that back wall?
There it is. Thing of beauty.
Amazing.
Wow. Was that a great run? Phenomenal run.
And Adam Foote back there.
I know. He was ready to get his butt kicked.
He was that part. He was in disbelief.
Man, I was so happy. I didn't go to bed till after 1 o'clock in the morning. I got stuck on this thing, but what was the question, Ryan? Pistons or Red Wings?
Would you rather the Pistons win a playoff series or the Red Wings win a playoff series?
That said, what I watched last night, give me the Pistons.
Wow.
Because I love this freaking team. I've told you that. I am all in on the Detroit Pistons. All in. I love them, and I believe they will win a playoff series this year. Not going to win a championship. I think they can win a series. And I'll be there tomorrow as well, Bray. Can't wait.
Yeah, for me it's the Pistons, but it's different. I think the Red Wings are the Red Wings. They're gonna have the fan base. They're gonna have the people that show up when they're fighting to get in the playoffs. Although they shouldn't be fighting like that. In year 6, they have Stevie Y. They have all the friends that used to be on the Red Wings now work in the front office, work there. The Red Wings are fine. It's the Pistons. I like the momentum they have now. I like the story. If they win a playoff game or win a playoff series this year, you know what that does next season in terms of putting butts in those seats consistently, and what that does to the national appeal of the Detroit Pistons. People like Shaq won't be running talking about, I don't even watch them. I don't know, are they good? I don't watch them. So give me the Detroit Pistons because I like the momentum they're building. Red Wings will always be there. unfortunately.
Pistons for me. It wasn't until I worked here that I realized that Pistons were hated in the NBA like that. I didn't really realize that. So I definitely want to say, and I love how this team is constructed. Cade, everybody's playing so good, man. Give me the Pistons playoff win.
Tell you what, Ryan, you weren't here yesterday. As you know, the city of Detroit announced that in 2007 the NCAA Final Four is coming, so I'm going to tie this in with the Pistons. If the Pistons win the playoff series this season, and I think they will, that puts them 2 years away from, I think, an NBA title run. And in 2007, if there's a home game at the Pistons, and the Pistons are at home, and the Final Four is going on, let's have a wonderful spring in 2007. Give me the Pistons winning, right, guy? 27.
Sorry. Just to add, also, it's the Pistons have their superstar. I think that's the other part about it. The Pistons win the playoff series. K is the superstar. Like, they have the superstar. I think it just is a nice basket gift. You wrap that together. It's a smooth move. Give K the win. Pistons. The Red Wings. I love Dylan Larkin, but who's the star?
I'm going to say the Red Wings, and I'll tell you why. Hockey playoffs are just better than basketball playoffs. It's just not even a comparison. And much like in baseball, where literally every pitch you're on the corner of your seat, you're on the edge of your seat, out of breath. In hockey, man, every minute that goes by, your breath is taken. Basketball games, you just got to watch the last 5 minutes of the game. You don't even have to watch them. As long as they're like
in the playoffs too.
The playoffs too. Within a 12-point game, just turn it on. If it's a 12-point game, you got a chance to have an exciting finish.
Even with your team in it, you're still looking at that.
No, I'm gonna watch, but you're not like on the edge of your seat with every basket. Oh, it's 4-2, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's 12-10. Here we go. It's not like that.
Baseball.
But, like in basketball, it's 9-6. Yeah. We got a 3-point lead with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You want to laugh? I haven't watched the full NCAA game this year so far.
Right.
Not a full.
No, you watch the last 5 minutes.
No, I put on the second half, and then I'll really, really dig in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Right.
But that's true. It's a fact.
Uh-huh.
Kind of hockey, kind of too.
Right.
Yeah, hockey and baseball, I like that. To your point, like each play can be something. Hockey, each play can be a goal. It can be a great save. And each in baseball, each pitch can go out the park. Each at bat can be something special. You're right about that.
By the way, Ryan and Bray, Michigan State's hockey team.
Oh, you got one more team.
Against Cornell tonight in Toledo. It's the NCAA hockey tournament.
Didn't Michigan beat Michigan State last game of the year?
No, Michigan State won the Big Ten tournament as well. Michigan's out of this. But Michigan State's got a chance to go back to the Frozen Four again. They got the best goalie in the country. So they got a shot to win it all.
All right, guys, this is the best question yet. And it's to Michigan fans. Would you rather lose to Auburn on Friday or beat Auburn, make it to the Elite Eight, and lose to Michigan State on Sunday?
First of all, this is easy. Beat Auburn. They're the number one overall seed in the tournament. Y'all not even supposed to, we aren't even supposed to be in the tournament. To beat the number one overall seed, I don't care what happens against Michigan State. This team was not supposed to make the tournament, yet and still they will beat the number one overall seed and get to the Elite Eight. Sign me up. I don't care if it's losing to the Spartans. They're a better basketball team anyway. It should have been that way.
Hey, run that by me one more time.
Would you rather
give me the Elite Eight?
Lose to Auburn on Friday or lose to Michigan State on Sunday?
I'm taking the loss early. I'm taking the Auburn loss. I do not want to lose 3 times to Michigan State. I love Tom Izzo, but I cannot stand the fans. I don't think I could put up with it. I'd probably throw up if they won that game against Auburn and then lost to Michigan State for the third time. I'd rather just get it over with.
I will own however you want to talk about me. You want to say whatever you want about. I would rather lose to Auburn than lose to Michigan State.
Really?
Same.
I not in a million years could I. This would be the biggest Michigan State game in the history of the series, and I don't want to lose that game. So if you're telling me those are the only 2 options, there is no C. Right. It is either A or B. There is no C or D.
Yep.
I'm going with option A and losing to Auburn. I can't lose that game. We cannot lose that game.
I think that's soft.
I agree.
And that's fine.
No, it's not fine because we legitimately just attacked other people around this state for being soft as it relates to Michigan versus Michigan State, being scared of that game. And then yet and still, you're going to come up here and say that you would rather lose before.
I'd rather lose to Auburn.
That's
exactly
soft.
It's not soft.
It is soft.
It's what I believe.
And my opinion on that is it's soft. I have a right to have an opinion about that. You mean to tell me you have an option to be the number 1 overall seed in the tournament?
Nobody
You
cares.
know what kind of... Well, you know what? You know who does care? The people that care about basketball. The players that care about basketball. The actual real alums that care about this. Like, really? You beat the
real alums.
The number 1 overall seed, you get a chance to beat them? And you'd rather lose to them just to spare you a loss to Michigan State?
Because that only lives for 24 hours.
Who cares?
That only
cares?
lives for 24
this is
hours.
only a scenario that he's giving. In reality,
Man,
we want to see
I
Michigan.
don't need you to defend him.
We want to see Michigan win all the games.
Right. It's
but
just
if
a
they're
fun
going to win
question.
and they have to lose to Michigan State, I'm getting pull the plug right now. Pull it.
Oh, you guys are soft.
Yank it like you're starting a lawnmower.
Soft. Pete, you didn't answer.
Oh yeah, no, give me beating
Bowling
Auburn,
Green.
baby. Give me beating Auburn, lose to MSU. Let's go, baby.
Auburn what?
Beat Auburn, and you can
There
lose to
you
MSU. Do it up.
Oh,
Go blue.
Chuck Brewer says,
Go blue.
Ryan, by that mindset, we should have turned down the bid.
Exactly.
Dude, it's fun. It's not a big deal.
I'm just having fun. Damn. You know what? I'm agree with everything y'all say.
Chuck,
I'm sorry.
just for that, Chuck, I'm giving you 2 tickets to the Grand Slam Fest.
Oh,
Chuck Brewer,
baby.
you're getting 2
baby.
tickets to the Grand Slam
that's
Fest
great,
next
great.
Friday. It's Tigers opening day, April the 4th, Anson's birthday. Join Woodward Sports for the biggest and best party in the D. It's the Grand Slam Festival, the outdoor tent party at the Detroit Opera House, brought to you by Mad Packs and White Claw. WSN will be there all day long. Get your tickets at GrandSlamDetroit.com. Brought to you by Mad Packs and White Claw. You have yourself a pair of tickets.
Cody
For
Engel.
that.
Cody Engel, only a fan when it's easy and convenient, LOL. Phil, you wonder why people make fun of you. That's why. So soft. That's great.
Who got it? Chuck Brewer? All right, Chuck, you're my
That's
winner.
fun. I love it. Good stuff, gang. We're going to take a break and then do the wheel. We'll take a break, do Braylon's Wheel of Hope. Pistons tickets next. But first, a message from Tom Maswell. Oh, no, Ricky Bird.
Yeah, I'll take that. Opening days next week, man. You know you need to get some new Tigers merch, Red Wings merch, Pistons merch, Lions merch. We got it all on the website, man. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. People are going to be asking you where you got these designs. They're like nowhere else. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Go there now. We'll be right back.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, gang, let me tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. We take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. All right, the time is now. Braylon Edwards has graciously donated third row Pistons tickets, second row parking pass to the Pistons game, and a dinner at Parlay, Joik Bell's Parlay. We've been doing this all month long, and the moment is now. Braylon Edwards, are you ready?
I am. Actually, we're going to let Pete. Pete did such a great job of putting all the names around the wheel and setting it up so that you guys can see a fair tally that is. So, Pete, with all due respect,
let Pete cook.
I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, my friends. Everybody out there, we really do appreciate you here at Ermanni and Edwards with Maz supporting us this past month and supporting us basically all this year long so far, but especially the past month. Thank you guys for jumping in and donating to get some picks and tickets into Braylon's Pistons parlay package.
Oh, look at that wheel.
Look at the wheel.
Here we go.
That wheel.
Yeah, no, I'm not spinning yet.
Okay, explain the wheel.
That's what I was going to do. So here we go. Let me explain what happened here. So we added up the total amount of entries. And based on the weight of those entries, meaning like, adding 10 or 5 or 3, is how we divided up the wheel. And this is the exact count that we have come up with. As you can see, our friend B. Martin has done a very good job with his donations and has taken he has almost over half the pie there, guys. Everybody else is in, not necessarily like alphabetical order, but everybody is assigned a specific piece of the pie based on how much you donated into the total pot. Does that make sense?
It does. How long are we going to spin this thing for?
Well, the spin will last about 25 seconds, and it's an extreme slowdown.
Here we
and
go.
when it does slow down and stop, it will have a graphic which will reveal the winner.
Good luck, everybody.
Are you guys
Good luck,
ready?
everybody. Here we
How
go.
about some music?
We have music playing.
All right.
Ricky's got it.
I just restarted it.
Here we come. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, look at that thing. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
That's a gorgeous wheel.
Gorgeous wheel.
Look at that wheel.
Slow down for a while now, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, it's going to slow down.
Will it get around once?
Uh-oh, we might have an upset.
Oh!
We might have an upset.
Oh!
We could have an upset.
Oh!
We could have an upset.
Oh!
Who is it?
Oh!
Who is it?
Upsets! Oh my gosh!
Who is it?
Made in the USA!
Made in the USA?
Upset!
Wow. That's a shocker.
That
was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Upset, but an upset.
That's
my
VCU.
gosh. Who is the one with the one entry that just
my
missed?
God.
Is that Dickerson or Weary? I
Yeah.
can't think. Is that Dickerson?
Oh my gosh.
They missed.
Made in the USA.
Oh
I
my
know it's
Wow.
not. I know it's boring, but same thing you get. Shout out to Made in the USA, baby.
Made
3 weeks of the
in
contest.
USA.
America. America.
All right. Pipe
Tony
down,
says
pipe
we
down.
need more wheels. That was electric.
That was electric?
That was the best thing we've ever done on the show.
I'm good with it. Shout out to Pete.
Hey, we gotta do that.
Shout out to Pete. Pete made it happen.
That's Pete's wheel of death.
Let Pete go. Let Pete go.
Oh my
USA.
gosh, I can't believe it.
Man, get Made in USA's information.
I will.
and
USA
then
is
give it
so
to me.
back.
We need your
Yankees just hit another home run, by the way.
Okay.
full.
USA.
Let's get Made in USA.
USA.
Let's get his full name. name, number, and email
Oh, my
address.
God.
USA, I need your info.
We'll take a break. Come right back. Dr. Pierce
I got
next.
the read, too.
Oh, my.
Good job, Pete.
I tell you what, guys, that was one heck. I'm so glad you guys really enjoyed that segment. I had a lot of fun making that. Again, thanks to everybody who donated and participated in Braylon's Pistons package wheel. We're going to do that again, hopefully someday. But right now, we got MLB is starting today. You got Sweet 16 coming up tonight. Scan that QR code above my head. Use the code word Woodward1000. Open up that brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. Make your first bet of $20 or more. If that first bet happens to lose, you get your first bet back as a bonus bet up to $1,000. But only if you scan that QR code above my head and use the code word Woodward1000 to get your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. We will be right back with Dr. Pierce.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
It is our weekly segment with Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider from Michigan Sports and Spine. He has come in to perhaps the most electric segment in the history of WSN.
There's no made in the USA,
Now,
by the way.
listen, here's the deal, gang. We are going to spin again, and I'll tell you why. I want to be very clear on this. Made in America is nowhere to be found. Made in the USA is nowhere to be found right now.
Plenty of notice saying that today is the day. The tickets are tomorrow.
The game is tomorrow. If Made in the USA does not claim these seats by 3:53 p.m., that's 10 minutes from now. That's 10 minutes from now. We are going to give them to the winner of this go-around. Here is the second spin.
Here's Pete Sajak with the spin.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the second spin.
Look at it go.
That's aggressive.
Look at it go.
Do you hear the ticking?
Here it comes.
Oh, we might have another upset.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
we're going to go on the upset.
Who is it?
Burn!
Burn!
No!
Is it Burn?
CTG!
Oh!
Who?
CTG Energy.
CTG!
I don't think he's in the chat
Not
either.
here either!
No, it's not done yet.
Oh!
We got an upset. Major
Upset.
upset.
Who is it? It won CTG!
Major upset.
Who is it?
Major upset!
Did he have one?
A. Dickerson!
He had one
A.
entry and
Dickerson!
one. Yo.
A. Dickerson!
I don't think Dickerson's in the chat either.
Ryan always says all it costs is $5.
All it
Oh,
costs
it's
is
cost
one
us
entry.
One entry.
One entry.
Oh, boy.
Is
So-
A. Dickerson
Dickerson
here?
here. Yes. I
Oh
think
my
yesterday-
gosh.
Yesterday was his first entry.
Where is
Dickerson
Dickerson?
is not here.
Is Dickerson not here today?
We might need a third spin.
Oh my gosh! I can't even take it.
Hey.
I'm telling you, you got to spin again.
Dr.
Dickerson
Pierce,
is nowhere.
what do you think about all this, Dr.
Making
Pierce?
all this.
I think the excitement and energy out of you guys is amazing today.
This-
From a medical standpoint, I'm not sure we can put this into a clinical observation.
Let's take a vote right now. Who wants another spin?
I do.
Me.
Now
I think we
again,
need
guys,
another spin.
again,
Man, he's not here.
we can spin it again, but in order of, listen,
Right.
in order of, if Made in the USA comes first, 353 you've got. If Made in the USA comes first, he gets it. If A. Dickerson comes in, he gets it.
A. Dick.
And now, here we are. Let's go.
Let's
the
go back to
third
Pete.
spin in the
Rocking
Pete
and
wheel.
rolling.
Here we go. One last
right.
spin.
B.
Hang
Martin's
on.
like, can you please call my name?
Hang
I'd
on,
be so
chat.
mad if I was
All right.
Here we go. It's got to be B. Martin.
Got,
Or Burn.
I don't even know if B. Martin's here today.
Yeah, he's in the chat. He's
Oh, is
not
he?
happy. I think B. Martin's going to win this one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
let's
he
see.
won this
Yeah.
one.
B.
Yeah.
Martin.
Oh my
B.
God!
Martin's going to win
Is it
this
B.
one.
Martin?
B.
Is
Martin's
it?
going to win. Yeah, B.
Oh,
Martin's the winner.
yes!
B.
B.
All
Martin.
right.
B. Martin's the
Oh
winner.
my- this is like the Pistons that went
Man,
7 picks,
B. Martin.
7 draft picks without getting
B.
it.
Martin
He
is.
still hasn't won though.
Okay, listen. Made
number
in the
3.
USA is up to bat. A. Dickerson
In the-
is
on
in
deck.
the hole. He's on deck.
On deck.
Double
B. Martin.
double
B.
back.
Martin is in the hole.
I don't
He is
see B.
third.
Martin here today. Is
He's
B. Martin
there.
here today?
He's there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
He's
he is.
there.
Okay.
B. Martin,
Okay.
you're on deck. Second on deck.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the lemon drop days, we called that double deck.
Oh
Girls,
my
God.
you're on double deck, okay?
Oh my
right,
gosh.
get
in
your
the
helmet
hole.
on.
Fire on.
Get your helmet on. That's right.
Wow. Get your bonnets on.
Doc. All right.
Unbelievable.
That's one of my favorite things about my child in terms of like sports. Like playing sports was like the coach telling you who's up. Like Johnson up.
You're on deck.
Brian on deck.
Yeah.
Jackson in the hole.
Unbelievable.
That was the father who couldn't coach, but he could keep track of who should be where.
So, Pete,
You trying to say my father couldn't coach?
Oh, you
Pete, keep track of those three.
Oh, your
I got him.
I thought your father was the coach.
I'm messing with. He was one of. He was that guy. He was.
I-
slide.
I had that
Slide.
responsibility. I couldn't get into the deep coaching of young kids.
That was so fun. Burn
Yeah.
says, LOL, thanks, guys. I got to work tomorrow in West Michigan anyway. I'll make the trip, but thanks so much for the chance, guys. Burn, you're a great
Appreciate
team. We consider you all teammates
Yeah,
here
he's a
on
friend of the
Woodward
show.
Sports.
100%.
Burn, you're a great teammate here on
Friend of
Woodward
the show.
Sports. Everybody that participated,
Everybody.
thanks
They
so
kept
much.
it going, man. We appreciate it,
Now,
too.
do we have B. Martin? Is he?
I haven't
He's
seen him
in the
respond
chat.
I haven't seen him responding either.
He's in the chat, unless he got angry and went away.
I think he went away.
Oh, no. B. Martin.
We can't do it again.
The
can
thing
we?
is, I have his
Oh, here he
email.
is.
There he
I'm
is.
here.
There he
Someone
is.
There he is.
Okay. Someone, B. Martin, I'm here. Someone take Made in the USA and A.
Yes.
Dickerson's phone.
Yes.
Well, listen, you got 5 minutes,
Yeah, you got a phone
B.
number?
Martin. Okay, we
I
got
do.
B. Martin.
5 minutes, B. Martin.
Great job. B. Martin, 5 minutes. If Made in the USA and A. Dickerson aren't here, they are yours, my friend. Thanks so much for, thanks so much, buddy, for
Yeah, we
being
do.
such
Everybody.
a great teammate here at Woodward Sports. We appreciate all of you. Dr. Jeff Pierce, how are you, my friend?
I don't know how to follow this. What I gotta
can only
dance
go-
around the room.
It can only go south from here.
Thanks. Not my dance around the room.
There's a lot to talk about.
Actually, I was thinking about putting cream on your tailbone today and get some Fox.
Oh, did you see? That's 400,000 views on Facebook.
I mean, it
400,000.
got to my
For
feed.
what?
The
No,
girls,
thank you.
Dina and Marielle, were talking about putting.
Was that live or was
yeah,
that
it was
off?
live.
Yeah.
No, it was live.
Yeah, I thought that was off color.
Putting BioFreeze on my crack.
Oh, nice.
I just love how you clarified at the end. You're like, hey, just remember, you guys asked me.
Right,
And I said,
you
yes,
asked me.
I didn't ask you.
For
Right, that's
There's
what
a
it is.
difference.
for human resources and legal.
Yeah. Hey. That was great.
I didn't realize you were that close to that.
No fracture though, so that's a good news.
Yeah.
How long is this gonna last? A bruised tailbone.
I mean, to explain to the people what we're talking about, you basically fell on your tailbone. You got a contusion to the bone, which I've said before. The contusion can actually be worse than an actual fracture because you have inflammation into the bone. You have discomfort. You're constantly using it. Like your biggest issue is getting from a sit-to-stand position, and you're just kicking in different muscles around there. So you have a little bit more than just a tailbone, coccyx, sacrum, whatever we're going to call it.
That's what it all is.
Contusion. I'm not surprised it's not broken. But a funny fact I was given about tailbones just recently today. Do we want to hear this fun fact?
Yeah, of course.
So apparently dinosaurs that have been brought out, dug up and everything, female dinosaurs' tailbones were broken. And they were typically broken. And the reason they thought it was because of the aggressive sexual activity of the dinosaurs. So you're just comparable to a female dinosaur right now. Hey, I got to get higher.
It's good with a good joke, sometimes.
I told you.
A prehistoric joke.
Hey, Doc, I got a question for you from the chat.
Okay.
Steve-O Baby says, Dr. Pierce, my dad is having back surgery April 12th.
Okay.
He's having 2 of them. How long does it take for back surgeries to heal? He hasn't described the back surgeries, though.
Well, typically, if they're going that means they're going from the front and the back. So that's a more involved, much more labor-intensive, usually instrumentation. So to get serious for a second, he's probably got a little curvature. And if I have to guess, by saying he's going from front to back, that means he's going to have a lot of metal, screws, and things like that. Recovery is going to be on the longer end. It's not a simple thing, if we can assume that from what he's saying.
Sorry, some of these chats are awesome. Doc is goated. Ryan went from a clown to a female dinosaur. So male dinos was Hulk smashing those cheeks.
Not Hulk smash. Let me see what you said.
Man,
we got him kicked up for a third.
Oh God, this is so funny. I love I can take a good joke. That's fantastic. I don't even know what you were talking about, man.
I asked about back surgery from Steve-O Baby.
Oh, Steve-O Baby.
Yeah, now, Anakin wants to know, Doc, have you ever had to do wisdom teeth removal?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I keep No. I don't work with feet. I don't like working with feet or mouth, so we're good. Jaw fractures, if he's talking about that, we've done with some of the Red Wing, a lot of hockey players, jaw fractures.
Speaking of that, I watched Unrivaled last night.
Is that cool or what?
And I saw Chris Draper. Obviously, it comes back to you. The damage that happened to that guy that day. You remember that day. I know you do.
And unfortunately, I'm a good friend with Chris, and we've been through it. And I didn't know, the ending, not to ruin the ending, but I was surprised at his because he's not that type of guy. I mean, he is competitive as hell. He's a gentleman at the end of the day, but that's how scarred he was. And we won't ruin the ending of the show for those who haven't seen it, but it was surprising to see that. I know he holds that, but it was also a momentum change for the Red Wings too.
Oh yeah, got him over the hump.
Glass half full. He said my injury was worth it. We got Stanley Cups out of it.
Yep.
But no, Chris, Drapes and I have been close for years. He's a great human and
great guy.
And it was just sad to see, but I guess we turned it around to be, making lemonade out of lemons on that one.
Guys,
we're talking about nothing.
Officially, it's 3:53. We are going to award the winner of the tickets to our good friend B. Martin.
B. Martin. There you go. And any free medical care
I have his info.
You have all of it?
I just need. What else do you need from him?
Just
you need
his
a phone
full name,
number, right?
email, and phone number.
Great job.
B. Martin, send me all that info again to maz@woodwardsports.com.
And he'll send it to me and I'll set you up.
Yep.
Now everybody is going to be B. Martin.
No, I already know who it is.
You know who it is.
I know who it is.
Okay. Very good. Hey, Doc, sorry for the shortened segment today. We had a lot of fun, but I do want to ask you about Parker Meadows.
Yes.
On the 60-day IL injured list. It's just, late May is the earliest he could come back. It looks like that nerve just isn't regenerating. Or
They're guessing, by the way.
Yeah, they're
They have
guessing
no
it too.
idea.
I mean, he could be out. He could be out all year for all we know.
No, I mean we talked about it on Tuesday. I think if we can put up some of the segments of actual. So someone said it was a cutaneous nerve. Just to correct, I don't know if I was on this show or what, but it's a muscle cutaneous nerve. So there's something called the brachial plexus, which is the big combination of nerves that goes through your armpit. Do we have that picture?
Yeah, hang on a second. I was just doing one.
So just to talk more, it's one of the major nerves that innervates down to the muscles in the arms. So we're looking at that. You can look at the anatomy there. Can you show the one that's a little more graphic with the nerves? Yeah, that one.
You got it, my friend.
So you can see muscle cutaneous. So you see the network of nerves, what's actually going on to your armpit. So we compared it to the highways to simplify it. Neil came up with that concept. But you're looking at the nerves coming from your neck, going down through your armpit, and they groove together and then branch off. So the muscle cutaneous nerve is responsible for some of the major muscles in the upper arm, the bicep and the brachialis and third muscle. But for those are the two big ones. And then if you show the distribution, he said when he felt it, there's the distribution that the nerves go through. So he felt a actual pop in his arm, and then his arm went dead. So, and then he still has some numbness above. So when we say, is the nerve dead, are we waking it up? We keep using the term, we got to wake the nerve up. To get a little detail, it's called neuropraxia versus like a stinger, where with a football player, anybody gets a stinger, you kind of feel it and your arm kind of shocks and goes down, and you kind of shake it off. He tried to do the same thing, and it's not shaking off. So neuropraxia is like a shock to the nerve where we shut it down. Getting too deep for the crazy Thursday afternoon. But basically, that's what they're worried about. He had a nerve test done by a third-party doctor, says that there's still activity. So that's all good indication. His age is for him. So the 60 days, it is a true guess. We know it's not 30 days. You know, he's going to be in that 60 where the muscle has to come back. And then there's special things we could do, special sauce, whatever we're going to call it, to maintain the prevention of atrophy.
He knows. I have my appointment on Monday.
That's right. You guys are just too fired up and distracted. I got to go back to talking about dinosaur tails.
Right, apparently.
Get any attention.
You know your audience.
Doc, we appreciate it, man. Again, Michigan Sports and Spine, our Dr. Jeff Pierce, Idri Insider.
Absolutely.
Break, get us out of here, buddy.
Doc, appreciate having you in studio as always, man.
Wait. We got to do a shout-out to Cranbrook Lacrosse.
Let's go.
Opening night.
Shout-out.
Alex, you know, he's the captain.
Year.
Of the,
Alex Pierce.
Senior year.
Senior year, baby.
But he's playing CC. Catholic Central beat up on Detroit Country Day last week. So it's going to be we want to be competitive tonight.
Stay healthy, kid. Stay healthy.
So, yeah, we
9-8 winners. That's what I'm getting. 9-8 winning.
What's the spread?
There you go. Well, look, congrats to B. Martin. We'll get that. Get your information, Mass. I'll set you up. It'll be fun. Glad you guys contributed. Look, man, we were trying to get the engagement up for Woodward Sports, and you guys definitely helped. Glad we had something for you guys at the end. Hell of a show. Ready to do this again tomorrow?
Let's do it, baby.
Let's go.
Let's do it again tomorrow, man. Oh, the tournament starts tonight, so
That's right.
or finishes tonight, if you will. We'll see you guys.
Tigers, Dodgers.
Tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
7 o'clock.
Got
Let's
a
get
lot going on
Scoops.
today.
See y'all
Go,
tomorrow.
Scoops.